Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today, taking a look at the month of September for Pisces. So wherever you happen to have Pisces in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on a Pisces, hello and welcome. So happy to have you here. Now, we are getting messages from our guides and our angels this month, and the angel here says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So you know, your guides and your angels are letting you know that you are protected from any and all harm. You are being divinely guided here, and they are working overtime behind the scenes on your behalf for your highest and greatest good. So all your bases are covered here. Now, please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out right. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit of a challenge, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. Whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. Pisces, you are getting a bonus in this month's reading. Thank you so much for running the numbers up in last month's reading. If you haven't already, you know, and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're running the numbers up so you get a bonus in next month's reading. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, if you would like to purchase something from my wish list, like a candle or a card deck, or, you know, something for my household, something for my fur babies, or if you just want to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below, so make sure you check that out. Now, before we get into cards, we are going to get an Enchantress guide from the Spirit board. So, all right, Spirit Pisces, September 2025, an Enchantress guide message. What is it that Pisces needs to know here? All right, we have wellness coming in. Enchantment for wellness. Sit quietly for a while, inhaling the healing powers of the wellness enchantress. Remember or imagine how it feels to be healthy, peaceful, and strong. Visualize a positive white light of healing energy around your whole being. Experience it as a truth. See yourself as whole and know that you are whole, wholly you, and holy you. Say, Enchantress, I release my discomfort to you and accept your many blessings of love, light, and laughter. Yes, one more time. Enchantress, I release my discomfort to you and accept your many blessings of love, light, and laughter. Whenever disease or pain arises, repeat the prayer 3 times while meditating and envisioning health and wholeness radiating through your body, mind, and spirit. Ooh, love it. All right, let's get some influence of the angels Angels Tarot messages here for you, Pisces. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know for this month of September. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all matters and at all things and at all times and in all ways. What is it you want Pisces to know this month of September? Pisces, let's see. Ooh, you got the Devil coming out. That's the energy of Capricorn coming, Capricorn coming out. I don't know why I was about to say Scorpio. That's death. I got my brain be braining, okay? You also have the Ace of Cups coming in. Love it. Love aces. They're all about new beginnings and new opportunities. You also have the Four of Cups coming in. All right, one more here, Spirit, for Pisces. You have the King of Swords coming in as well. So, all right, let's see what is going on for you this month of September, Pisces. We are going to start with that Devil there. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Devil in disguise. All right, so like I said, it's the energy of Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. Earth is the power of the physical body. We have Samael, is a fallen angel whose name means venom of God. He encourages humankind to act in wicked ways and has been described as the chief of Satan's. Ooh, okay. Symbol, Samael with the head of a boar, bat's wings, a human body, and a tail that turns into a snake. Samael takes form as a nightmarish beast. It is profane and represents gross animalistic urges and behavior. The boar's head alludes to acting like a disgusting pig. Oh, well, okay then. We have the snake. The snake is Samael's tail, slithering around the human's legs. At any moment, it can tighten its hold and trap its victims. This symbolizes addiction. The snake's head moves towards the woman's groin, suggesting lewd sexuality or sexual excess. We have a metal rod. Samael uses us to prod at the man and woman into bad actions. He can also use it to inflict injury. Satan delights in human suffering. Nude humans, reminiscent of Adam and Eve, who covered their nudity after eating the forbidden fruit. They represent shameful behavior as well as carnal indulgence. Direct meanings: indulgence, giving into temptation, lack of self-control, addiction, substance abuse. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be you. This could be someone around you, someone very close to you dealing with these things. Suffering from unhealthy attachments, example, drugs, sex, porn, alcohol, food, gambling, video games, shopping, social media, the internet. Materialism, greed, and unhealthy desire for more. Associating with people or situations that are not good for your well-being. Focusing on physical pleasure while disregarding spiritual concerns. Acting without conscience, immoral, unethical behavior, weak moral compass. Shadow meanings, gains in power and status as a result of unethical or immoral behavior. There is power in evil. Recognizing the worst aspects of ourselves, suffering from an extreme aversion to something, flip side of attachment. Angelic message. The best way to resist temptation is to be mindful. Giving into sinful ways is sometimes a slippery slope. It takes time to get there. Normalizing and excusing bad behavior makes it easier to act in a sinful, immoral, or unethical way, or give in to vice. The work of the devil is to lose hope. Ooh, gosh. So, you know, we don't want to lose faith. We don't want to lose hope, right, you guys? So, all right, aces are all about new beginnings, new opportunities. It is coming with the cups. So it's water. Water is the power of our emotions. So the symbols, we see this cup. As the angels dip a huge heart into the cup, the water rises and may eventually overflow. This represents strong feelings and deep emotions that can no longer be contained. We have a big heart. Heartfelt emotions like love. We have water. Water is a traditional symbol for emotion. As seen here, the light on the water suggests daybreak, which represents a fresh, unsullied, clean start. There is a pureness in real emotion. We have angels carrying the heart. The two angels symbolize that positive feelings can be considered a spiritual gift. Direct meanings: overflowing with emotion, strong, positive, deep feelings, feeling and expressing love, spirituality uplifting or spiritually uplifting, being emotionally ready for something new, being open, having a strong intuition. So I feel like you're coming out from under, you know, that devil, you know, with your heart overflowing. So I love it. Where was I? Direct meanings: overflowing with emotion, strong, positive, deep feelings, feeling love and expressing love, spiritual. Oh, I did say that already. Okay, brain. Having a strong intuition. I, for some reason, didn't remember saying all that till I was halfway done it again. All right, shadow meaning: excessively overwhelmed by emotion. Angelic message: rejoice in your capacity for pure emotion. May your deep feelings move you towards spiritual connection, emotional understanding, and enlightenment. All right, we got the Four of Cups. So again, water, power of emotions. Fours represent stability, order, and the benefits of a solid foundation. Symbols: we have angel with cup. The cup represents positive emotion brought by an angel. It is God-given. Woman, looking down, the woman ignores everything around her, including the angel's gift. On one hand, this represents self-absorption, but it can also represent introspection and meditation. The woman is trying to reach a state of inner balance and stability. Note that she sits on the ground under a tree. Her self-reflection is reminiscent of the Buddha under the Bodhi tree. The woman is unwilling to accept or even acknowledge the angel's cup because now is not the time. She must center herself before she can take on or allow herself to feel anything new. An over-preoccupation with oneself is unhealthy and imbalanced. Lack of concern about the outer world can lead to apathy. Taken too far, the woman may never be ready to accept the angel's gift because she's unwilling or unable to shift the focus from herself to anything that doesn't affect her personally. Three cups in the foreground. Like all cups, these cups symbolize emotion. Here, the woman is literally sitting with her emotions. She is not actively engaged with them, but she is in the process of recognizing and accepting them. So, you know, water is your own element, and it's showing up for you twice here. Your cup is overflowing. Direct meanings: introspection, becoming centered, focusing on one's own needs. Shadow meanings: self-preoccupation, self-absorption, disengagement, not caring about the outside world, apathy, discontent. Angelic message: the gifts that life offers are yours to enjoy when you're ready to take them in. So it'll be on your own timing here, you guys. You know, just because it's offered doesn't mean you have to take it right then and there. I mean, it might be better if you did, but if you're not ready, to receive it, then it really won't do you any good. So, all right, we have the King of Swords. So, swords is air. Air is the power of your mind. And kings are concerned with leadership and are often related to foundation and structure. We have Francis Bacon here, 1561 to 1626. Born into the British upper class, Bacon was a lawyer and career politician with titles that included Attorney General, Advisor to the King, and Lord Chancellor. However, it was in science and philosophy that Bacon made his greatest contributions to the world. Throughout his adult life, he believed the established way of learning and inquiry was flawed. Employed by scientists, scholars, and philosophers since the ancient Greeks, deductive reasoning uses general premises to arrive at a certain conclusion. For example, all dogs have an excellent sense of smell. Barney is a dog, so Barney has an excellent sense of smell. Bacon believed that starting with a premise can mislead and distort the truth. He championed a new method that used inductive reasoning, where a conclusion is based on specific observations. It was very systematic. Data was recorded, experiments performed, and information analyzed. The Baconian method gave rise to the scientific revolution and directly led to the development of the modern scientific method. Symbols, we have column. Columns typically represent structure and stability, and this particular column is lit by the morning sun, which stands for enlightenment. We have a book, learning and thinking. We have a pen, authorship, communication. We have an angel with a sword, moral and ethical truth, justice, direct meanings, a solid intellectual and educational foundation, being intellectual, adept at solving problems, the value of truth, fairness, and principles, knowing what is right is important, high ethical standards, rational objective thinking, making good and fair decisions, an ability to skillfully communicate ideas and information, no matter how complex it may be. Shadow meanings, difficulty accepting things that cannot be proven. Angelic message, keep your mind and eyes open. It may lead you down the path to wisdom. Ooh, yes, I love it. All right, I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Did a lot of talking and still got more messages to get through, so sometimes you just got to get a drink. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on in the love department for you this month of September. Now, this can include yourself, family, friends, significant other, literally anywhere you have love. So if you're like, hey Gigi, I really love my job, I really love the people I get to work with, the people that I get to interact with, or I really love my hobbies, then guess what? That is included here as well. We have younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. So she can literally be anywhere in your relationships. It could even be yourself if you identify as a younger woman. And we have the younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Again, can be anywhere in your relationships. You know, this could even be your children coming through. We have fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. Now, if you can't think of anyone that fits, that description, the fair woman, I take it to mean she is just that. She is fair, she is kind, she is generous, she is a woman of integrity. All right, we have the flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. So, you know, sometimes we set ourselves up for that disappointment. You know, we have such high expectations, and, you know, sometimes they're unrealistic and people just can't live up to it, right? All right, let's see what's going on in career and finance for you this month of September, Pisces. I always like to know what's going on with my money, honey. Like, hey, yo, give me $1 million. You know, like, how nice would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in your accounts? I'd be like, yep, I manifested that. Show me my dadgum money right now. All right, we have the arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Yes, beautiful, you know, and you have to go the way your arrow is pointing, because this is your trip. This is your journey around the sun. It is special and unique to who you are, and it's not meant to look like anyone else's. You have the bread, period of prosperity and abundance. You know, maybe this is your hobbies even helping you make some extra money. Maybe you're literally baking bread or baking goods or painting, writing, you know, whatever the case may be. You have this V for victory in some endeavor, so you are the champion already. There is this knot here for unsuccessful plan, but kind of like Mr. Bacon over here, I feel like you keep working at it until you are successful, because you will be victorious. It doesn't mean you may not have to work at it a little bit. All right, let's see what's going on in life for you, Pisces, this September. You know, life do be lifing a little too hard sometimes. You know, your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, why don't you pump your brakes? Use some Vaseline. And life's like, nah, bro, you can handle it. And I'm like, just because I can don't mean I want to. You know, I would like to coast down Easy Street or have my address on Easy Street just for once, you know. That would be nice. All right, we have grapes. Time to go out and have fun. You know, don't be sour grapes. Grapes make wine, and wine leads to having a good time. All right, sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. So, you know, you have that with that Ace of Cups. So if you're coming out from under a dark time, a bad time, you guys, and, you know, it's okay to meditate and pray and, you know, ask your guides and angels for help. You have the ear, so you are waiting on some good news to come in. Cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. So, you know, you may have to ask yourself, why am I so disappointed? Why am I so dissatisfied with life? I mean, career and finance seems to be going really well. Maybe you need this good news to help you feel better, you know. All right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases from new to full. She is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get some messages from Mama Moon here for Pisces, September. What does Mama Moon want Pisces to know? We have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Ooh, okay, powerful change. Love it, you guys. A transformation, balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. So look, you're showing up for yourself, and I feel that with that Four of Cups energy. You know, literally everything in life requires balance. All right, new moon eclipse. Let's see what we have. Expect powerful change. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted towards your life purpose. That arrow is being shot. Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good. This is an important turning point in your life. Attuned to the moon. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. You know, you're not even the same person you was an hour ago, okay? Like, you have, you know, even though it's small, you still evolved, whether you've learned something or experienced something. So balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. You're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition. It won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about, if you are, is a soulmate. Avoid substance abuse. I mean, that came up with that devil real hard there, you guys. So attune with the moon. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. You have to get still, you have to get quiet, and you have to be patient enough for these messages to come through. All right, let's get a spirit animal guide message for you, Pisces, this month of September. Let's see who your spirit animal guide is and what their message is for you, Pisces, for September. Let's see, September. Right. We have the Six of Spring, the rescue dog mixed breed is showing up here. Look at that. All right, so you may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. That's why his banner is flying there. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. Soak it up. You know, you did have that. You are victorious, you guys. So you're standing out amongst the crowd. All right, love it. All right, let's get a fairy dust mini deck message here for you this month of September, Pisces. Let's see what the fairies want you to know here, Pisces. Ooh, butterflies. Whenever you see a butterfly flutter through the grass, it is to remind you of the love of those who have passed. Ooh, okay. Wow. And we have be strong. When trouble seems to be brewing near, your inner strength will keep you clear. So rely, you know, tap into that King of Swords. You know, he's got a calm, steady mind. You know, he's calm, cool, and collected. All right, let's get some star seeds mini deck messages here for you this month of September, Pisces. Let's see what else you need to know here for Pisces. All right. Ooh. We have freedom coming in. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. Ooh, okay. We also have creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. You are very creative, you guys. Use it to your advantage. All right, we're going to get your bonus, which is coming from the Angel Answers Oracle, if I can even talk here. You know, maybe you have questions, and this is another way for your angels to connect or give you an answer or just a message that you may need. You have success coming out here again. So you will be successful at whatever you put your hand, heart, and mind to, you guys. from the pure goodness of your heart and soul. Yes, I love it. All right, Pisces, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with the razzle dazzle, especially if you would like a bonus in your next month's reading. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with all of you. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you, and I'm so very grateful and thankful to each and every single one of you. So Pisces, you know, maybe your children have disappointed you, you know, people in your family, friends, lovers, you know. I started hearing that Keith Whitley song, I'm no stranger to the rain. So definitely you're no stranger to the rain. You know all about pain. Looks pretty good in career and finances. You know, keep following your own arrow. You're going to make bread. You're going to be victorious. You're guaranteed success. You know, eventually those unsuccessful plans, you know, those knots will unknot and it will just click and it will just work out. You deserve, you know, the kudos, the pat on the back. You know, you may have to find out if the disappointment, if you set yourself up for that, or if they really truly disappointed you. You know, if they are struggling with addiction, that is indeed possible. That could be why you feel dissatisfied with life at the moment, but the sun is going to rise on you again. New opportunities, new things, possibilities, new beginnings opening up for you in a big way. You got good news coming in. You know, drink some wine, have a good time, unwind, you know, but don't do it in excess, right? There's got to be a limit. All of life requires balance. All right, Pisces, I hope you have an amazing month of September. From the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you, and I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.